Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as we speak, it is over for Moses Masika Wetangula. It is now officially the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition has already occupied their positions as the majority in the National Assembly. These people thought like it was something easy. Unasikia nguruwe inajikaranga na mafuta yake. That is the government of William Samoei Ruto. I told you here, trust ODM party at your own risk. As we speak, we were told that ODM will not occupy or will not be part of the occupation of the majority side as per the ruling of the court because they are in the so-called broad-based government. But as we speak, ODM is one of other parties from Azimio leading mass action in the National Assembly as already they are occupying those positions of majority leader, majority whip. You know, are you getting them? So even as I was listening to Millie Odhiambo announcing that Moses Masika Wetangula must be kicked out and he must distance himself from any proceedings in the National Assembly because koti ilipata ako na hatia. You can guess the trajectory of the ODM party. They want to kick out Moses Masika Wetangula. And even Gladys Millie Odhiambo is requesting Moses Wetangula to stay aside. And so Gladys Bosholei as the deputy speaker to take over. And guess what? Gladys Bosholei also will be kicked out. On the same note, you will hear after finishing Wetangula and Gladys Bosholei, they are going for William Samoei Ruto. Do you remember? This word say, kufa makanga, kufa dereva. Now ODM, they are having now opportunity kumalizana na hii Kenya Kwanza government. And I told you here, again I will repeat, trust ODM at your own risk. I want you to listen to Millie Odhiambo. But before we listen to her, as we always do, this video is going to be so interesting. Ensure you like the video. When you like the video, you automatically support the work that I'm doing in this channel. Because sometimes you watch and you forget liking the video. So, this is just a reminder. Please, as you watch, consider liking the video. Thank you so much for that like. Let us listen to Millie Odhiambo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I stand under Standing Order 19A and Standing Order 20. Mr. Speaker, and in furtherance of a recent decision by the High Court HTC number E202 of 2023, Kenneth Njagi Njiru and 11 others versus the National Assembly of Kenya and others. Mr. Speaker, I will not go to the demerits and merits of that matter. I will go to what the court concluded, which is that the Azimio side is the majority. And based on that, Mr. Speaker, again, because I've said I'm not going to the merits and demerits of that decision, Mr. Speaker, I want to just indicate that I have therefore, as the majority party whip of Azimio, today handed over to your office a copy of that decision of the High Court with a letter that we are giving you according to the standing orders, our majority leader as Honorable Junet Mohammed and Honorable Robert Mbui. Mr. Speaker, following the standing orders, Honorable Junet will thereafter then communicate me officially as the minority whip going by what the standing orders, but a majority whip. Majority. Mr. Speaker, I also stand under Standing Order 90 and had actually consulted you about this. And Mr. Speaker, if you look at the judgment of that court, the court actually infer that because of the position you hold as Speaker and also as Chairman of your party, Mr. Speaker, it is not, as party leader of your party, Mr. Speaker, it is not possible for you. To be fair, you are going to be conflicted when you are conducting the matters of this House. Mr. Speaker, I therefore humbly request you to step down and mandate Honorable Gladys Boschole to take over in discharging the functions as the Speaker because of your conflict of interest. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker.
Order.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, in concluding, Mr. Speaker, because I said I'm not going to go to the merits and demerits of the matter, in concluding, I want to urge that as a parliament, we need to obey court rulings and decisions, even when we don't agree with them. And Mr. Speaker, I also just want to indicate that you can see my two colleagues are standing next to me. My advice to them in future is to follow a philosophy from my community which says, Telo Ikao, Telo Kumingato. So next time they should do what Honorable Ruku did. Jump if you have to, but take your position the way Honorable Millie has done.
Is that part of your point of order?
No. Mr. Speaker, I said as an arbiter. And Mr. Speaker, I would also just want to say, very finally, also as an arbiter, Mr. Speaker, people are also talking about broad-based. Again, I'm very careful. I'm saying this as an arbiter. It's not my substantive argument. Mr. Speaker, people talk of broad-based. Yeah, and even when you look at the decisions of the arguments of the court, they keep making reference to the de jure and the de facto. And many things may have changed over time. And Mr. Speaker, I'd want to say that actually if you look at this side of the House today, we are seeing broad, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if we want to see good faith, we want to see if it is also based. It is broad. But based, whether it is based will depend on the decision going forward. Otherwise, we will be told by the court it is hot hair, this broad base is hot hair, wild goose chase, and all those other things, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr.